But anyway, we're live. If anybody's watching, if anybody can see us, this is Crossroads. I'm Jody Nettles, and I have John Covey being my co-host tonight. Woohoo!
What is
And
up,
special,
everyone?
I know we have Mr. Jerry and Miss Melissa Keller. Woo!
Hi.
We got
Let's
some
see
good
if
stuff
we're
to share.
I know. I can't wait. All right. It says go live. Come on, go public. I don't know this stupid thing. All right, there we go.
It'll happen.
Technical difficulties.
I know it's always technical difficulties. It's just me, I guess. Are we live? Okay.
It says we are.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah. I guess we're public. I don't know.
Since Jody Lee Nettles is live now.
Yeah.
Live on StreamYard.
So how you guys doing? I want to hear all about you. Tell me about you guys.
We're
Our
tired.
Yeah.
guests. You're tired?
We're tired. We've been doing a lot.
Doing so much.
What's that?
You're doing too much.
Well, when you're at Bibby's Brewery every other weekend, and then you have privates in between those, and then you want to plan for your team to go do investigations. We're booked. We have August 26th off, and then we're not off till the end of October.
Wow.
So every weekend we're doing something. Yeah. Yeah, it's worth it though. Spooky season's coming, so
Yep.
That's what everybody's waiting for.
We're going to be at White Hill on the 26th, so
Oh, okay.
I can't wait. I've been there before. Have you been there, John?
No, it's a location I've wanted to go to. Scheduling never works out.
Oh, you would
You're
love
busy
it.
on the 26th, weren't you?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Every time I invite him somewhere, he's always so busy.
Yeah.
I don't
He is
know.
Yeah.
He's busy.
So,
Windows pretty cool.
what's the name of your team? Jotniks.
Oh,
Yep.
Is that how I say it? Jotniks. I always say it wrong.
Nope, you didn't say it wrong.
And what got you guys into the paranormal?
Things you can't explain. We started watching, like the TV shows like everybody else did, and I thought, wow, this would be really cool. So we decided to get 13 of us to go out to
Lucky 13, huh?
Yeah, Lucky 13 out to Chickies Hill down here, and it's a known hotspot for paranormal activity and like supernatural like cryptids and things. Like they have the Alba Twitch that's known to be down there, the little Bigfoot. And we went out one night. It was like 3 a.m. We were out there trekking through the woods.
Legally, of course.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I was going to say.
No, at first, no, we were not legal. And
at first, they weren't legal.
No. We quickly learned that we had to ask permission.
Yeah.
But we saw things and encountered things that we can't explain. And the more we saw, the more interested we got. And then it just started from there. We just started doing lots and lots of research and meeting people and listening and
Especially you, Jody.
yes, watching podcasts,
Yeah, those things.
Oh, man.
Just those little podcast things,
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this? You've been doing this a while, right?
2008.
About 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a long time.
Probably strongly 2018.
Yeah. Yeah, we took some time off. We only did it like part-time once in a while. To deal with family issues and things like that. And then
Oh, yeah. That comes first.
the girls moved out and we had a hobby. So we
There
went
you go.
Yeah.
Expensive hobby.
Very.
It is an expensive hobby, isn't it?
You're not wrong with that one.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I'm the equipment guy. It's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but I always tell people you don't have to buy all that expensive stuff to
no.
Well, the problem
investigate.
is, with Publix, with the guests, they get broken. So, you got to keep up with the equipment.
Yeah, we let
With
them
the
use our
Joneses.
equipment, so
They don't really come with any.
no.
Yeah, you always get those people that don't even bring a camera.
Right, I tell them use your phone.
Yeah.
You're on it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Amanda. Well, finally people
it's
are.
Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Amanda's one of our newest members for our New Jersey team. We actually we branched out into New Jersey. Tim and Erica Bergen, we met them at the Haldeman.
Okay, they sound familiar. Why do I know them?
You do know them.
I do know them, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think they were on with you once.
Yes, they were on with you a little while ago.
Yes.
I think I actually co-hosted that episode.
Yeah, you did. You did, John.
That's funny.
Okay.
I remember that.
Well, they investigated like Jerry and I, and we really clicked, and we wanted them to join Jerry and I and my nephew at the time, and we quickly found out they lived in New Jersey, 2.5 hours away. So I said, why don't you just be Jerry and I, but in New Jersey, and you can be our sister team.
There you go.
So the more they stuck around, they've been with us now for what, 3 years?
Yeah.
4 years. And they just recently branched out and they took on 2 more members, and Amanda's one of them.
Yes.
So now they have 4.
Awesome.
And our original team, we have 9.
Yes.
And then we are mentoring another group of 4 who are going to be the Jotniks Eclipse team. They're going to specialize in like metaphysical stuff, like divination and like using pendulums, runes.
Cool.
They have they're a combination of Wiccan and Christian.
Yeah.
Their backgrounds.
Hi,
so
Barry.
they come in all different angles.
So how many different branches do you guys have in total right now? Because I see them all the time on Facebook. I still don't have track of them many.
We have 4. We have 4. We have another team, Jotniks Extreme.
That's in the works, basically.
Yeah, it's Chris and Lindsay. They live up near Altoona. They do Williamsport. Sorry, they do our cryptids and myths and lores and legends, and
so they're in the process of
building their team.
Yeah. So.
Okay. I have this little bug flying around. It's driving me nuts.
I'm in the Williamsport area, so I've been here for God knows my entire life. So, you can always reach out and say, hey, if you need any help, because you said it's extreme, right? So I'm assuming do they handle more like, so with extreme, of course, people are thinking, okay, they handle the more darker side of it, or is like how does that work? Do you know?
They're going to be focusing on like cryptids, lores, myths, and legends.
Okay.
But they're not opposed to doing paranormal either. I don't want to stop them from doing that.
Yeah.
So
gotcha.
So what do they do? Go out on investigations, or do they just bring people into a group setting and teach them things? Is that how they do it?
Right now they're by themselves, but they're in the middle of building a team for themselves. And then they'll be focusing on the different legends and lores, and like on the Mothman festivals, learning about that, the New Jersey Devil, Bigfoot, of course, anything that
any lore, anything
that people can't explain.
Witches.
Excuse me.
Witches. There are a lot of places up here in this area, especially that I know tie specifically to that. Especially like UFOs. I deal with spirits on the daily, so I don't really deal with, cryptids and stuff myself. But I will say that Williamsport I know of is on the Alien Highway, specifically. The whole valley is. So if they're into UFOs, I know a couple people around here that have, been wanting to go and do things, Right. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Hi, Kristen and Amanda. Hello. Hello, everybody that's in the chat room.
Oh, hi, Samantha. That's my baby girl.
Hi, Sam.
Is it?
Yeah.
If anybody has any questions, write them in the chat room.
Absolutely. Jerry told you to smile. Jerry spoke. Okay, so let's get to this. Let's get to this story because I'm
Yes,
like,
I want to hear this. She wrote this on her Facebook, and she has me all worked up now.
I did.
I wanna-
Okay.
John, you'll like this one.
You will because
Okay.
it's in your area.
Yes.
Sweet.
Well,
Okay.
not really.
Sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
So when we went to the Hinsdale house, we ended up getting lost in the Allegheny State Forest in
Not
the game
fun.
lands. Okay.
Ooh.
Terrible.
It took us 40 minutes to go 10 miles on a clay, wet road.
Rocks.
I just picked a rock out of underneath my car the other day. It was
Ooh.
the most horrible experience we've ever had. There was no guardrails. I could see down the mountain, scared to death. So
Anxiety set in on her.
we were
Oh.
expecting somebody to come out with a rifle and just like shoot us dead. And the first thing I thought was, my daughter. I couldn't even call her because we didn't even have cell service.
Ooh.
So, yeah. So as we're going down the road, this big animal came in front of us, and I'm like, holy shit. That thing is big as the road. We can't even get through. It was a female elk.
Oh wow.
And
That's
Jerry,
not the story.
that's not the story though.
That's not the story.
No.
I know,
So-
but that's cool. Did you get pictures?
No, because I was frightened.
Yeah.
I
She
was
was
Oh,
down
I'm
there.
sorry.
anxiety attack.
Yeah.
I always ask, did you get pictures? That's just me.
No, well, then we're on our way home. Okay, so forward 3 days. This is it here.
Here's the funny part. We took unpaved roads off our GPS.
And it took us back on them on the way home.
So we were cursing at Garmin, our GPS.
Yeah.
We call it Garmin.
So we are about a mile northwest of Shingle House, Pennsylvania. Do you know where I'm at, John?
I have heard of it, but off the top of my head, I don't know exactly where it's at.
Like Gailton.
It's near, it was off of 44.
Route 44.
And then
Okay.
and a 6.
I'm pretty sure I know where you're at now. Okay.
Hi,
Okay,
Cindy.
so we're coming down this hill, right? And Jerry's just driving along. It's nice. It's sunny out. And something caught my eye. And I looked over and I looked forward and I looked again. I was like, no, I'm not seeing this. And I looked back and then I looked again because we were driving slow because we were getting into a town. So I took 3 takes at this thing that in this near this cemetery.
Oh.
And it turns out, I can't even believe I'm saying this. It looked like Bigfoot. I shit you not. It was only like 5.5 feet tall. I couldn't see its hands or its feet. It had
wow.
dark brown fur, and it had like a darker brown throughout it. And it looked so soft. Like it wasn't like it would look so soft, and you could see it was wispy. Like it was just. I was like in my mouth. I'm still picking up off the car.
Did you see it, Jerry?
No.
No, he was driving, and then he was
okay.
like, he was talking to me, and I'm like, Jer. And he's talking like, Jer.
I'm hard of hearing, so.
It took me 3 times to get his attention, and I'm like, I think I just saw like a little Bigfoot back here.
She want to turn around now.
And he's like, do you want to turn around? I'm like, hell no. I don't want to go back and see that big thing. I swear I know what I saw. And, I reached out to the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Society and gave them the coordinates to where we were at the time. And I even drew a picture of what I saw and sent it to one of the local Bigfoot people here in our town that does the Aug17 Festival.
Okay.
And what they call little Bigfoot are Aug17s because they are like 5 to 6 feet tall. They're not fully grown. They're either a female or juvenile.
Oh.
So, but I swear I have never seen anything like that in my life. And I actually questioned myself 3 times. And I kept looking at it. And I'm like, this thing better move. Or, it never moved. It just stood still. And I was just like, am I really seeing this? And I'm not a Bigfoot fan. Like, I'm not one for like the cryptids and stuff. But to see it with my own eyes and have no explanation for it whatsoever.
That's really cool, though.
It was really cool. And a lot of people won't believe you if you tell them that.
Amanda Tashner?
Yes.
She knows exactly what it is.
Actually, it is west of Caldersport. And what's interesting, Amanda, is that in 2004 they had a sighting up there of a Bigfoot, which is
15 miles away.
Yeah, only 15
Hi,
miles
Chad.
away where I saw it. So
hi, Chad.
It's possible.
Wow, that is awesome, though.
Yeah, like I don't look for stuff like that, but it caught my eye coming down the hill into the town.
Yeah.
Well, not many people look alongside the road and look for Bigfoot.
No, I was just looking at the scenery. It was nice, we're taking our time, lost again. And
I'm still yelling at the GPS because we just got off the unpaved road, so I was still a little upset.
Yes, I'm curious to see what they say about that.
Yeah.
That's not something.
There are a lot of places, especially north of Williamsport, and I know Amanda knows about it too, is that like when you go along Wellsboro into Mansfield, a little further north especially, all of that state forest area, it is so thick that it is driving through it. When I go up in that area, there is a part when you're driving towards Wellsboro that sketches me out, especially because of how dense it is. And I was driving home one night, and I've never seen one in my entire life, but I'm literally had to swerve and dodge this fisher. Have you guys ever seen a freaking fisher? Like,
no.
Look it up. It is one of the creepiest. I'm just getting chills. It's like a cat, but it's not a cat. It's hard to explain. It's an ugly little thing, but oh my gosh, like I've not seen it, but up there, of course, I saw it. So it doesn't surprise me in that area you guys would see something potentially.
Jerry said like they're ugly as sin.
Yes.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of it.
I heard of it. I never saw what it.
Okay.
Look
what
up
do they
a
look like?
picture
A
of
cat?
it. It's almost like if you were to cross like the face of like a bear that looked like it got like mauled, and like it's different. Like I don't want to say it's like a body, like a almost like a fox, but it's not. It's hard to explain. You just have to look it up. It's
Jerry
creepy
said it's
and
like
ugly.
a big rat. He said it's like a big rat.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I almost hit one, and I'm like, oh.
So they're like legit. Like there's a lot of them out there.
They're a legit thing. They are a legit thing. It's not a cryptid.
One.
It's a legit thing.
Okay.
I'm not saying that, but you get my point.
Right.
We believe you.
No, it's no. Look it up.
Really
they're creepy.
She said. Amanda said they're related to weasels.
Yes. Yep.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna have to write that down and remember that.
You just need to go get lost in the state forest up there.
Don't do it.
I want to find a fisher.
No, you don't. They're mean. They are mean and ugly. Like no, it reminds me of me before I have coffee in the morning. You don't want to intermix with that.
Okay. That's one way to put it. Yep.
There you go.
That's funny.
I don't want to find one. Amanda said no. Okay.
No,
I don't want to see one. Well, actually, now I'm curious. So,
yeah,
I am like a cat.
Pictures are great to look at. In person,
if I look at it,
No.
And you
it's
didn't
pretty
take
bad.
a picture, see?
I told my brother about it, and he's like, "You should have hit it." I'm like, I'm in a Honda Accord. It's going to ruin my car, and then I'm stranded with this thing that's going to probably eat me. Like, no.
Yep.
Well, it's kind of funny you say that. When we got on that 8-mile stretch of bumpy road to get to New York, something hit on my side of the car. There's no people out here. We're in the middle of the forest.
It sounded like somebody threw a rock at the car.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm like, just keep going.
Yeah. I mean, I can't hear if it wasn't scrapes of trees or anything.
This was a thump. And we actually have a dent on the side of the car.
I was going to ask if you have a dent.
Yeah. Jerry said he was hunting and it attacked the dog.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's sad.
The rat.
Your dog's okay.
That rat thing. Yes, that
rat thing. Yeah. The weasel.
Now you have me curious.
I know. I got to look that up and see what they look like.
You're going to be like, oh, he's right.
Oh, I'm going to look one up.
Probably not.
So
see, if I write Fisher down, and they're gonna have a guy with a pole fish.
gotta be quicker than that. So you had mentioned also too about now you said this was your first time seeing something that was potentially cryptid, if it was a Bigfoot. Have you guys had any other type of experiences other than that potentially that you can think of?
On that line?
On anything cryptid, since we're talking about cryptids.
Okay, so I was telling you about the first night that we went out to Chickies Rock. Okay. Well, legend has it out there that, I don't know, you might know what they're called. It's a Native American lore or legend, I guess. It's a 6 foot. It's an elemental.
Okay.
It's an earth elemental.
Okay.
And people have seen it out there back in like the 70s, 60s, 70s. And it's like 16 feet tall, like a tree. So obviously the Native Americans, they tell people that it's an elemental. Well, when you go out there, there's a path that you can take through the woods. And then there's another path that goes to the left that you can take along the railroad tracks. So as we were coming out of the woods, the guys took the forest track, the woods, and the females took along the railroad tracks with the kids that were with us. And I could have swore Jerry, because Jerry does this kind of stuff, I could have swore he was running through the brush in between us. Now, if it separates, it's very wide. But as you're coming together, it starts to narrow out. Mm-hmm. So I thought Jerry was in there running through trying to scare us. I'm like, Jerry, knock it off. And
I didn't do it.
We got to the end of it. Are you serious? Were you really in the woods? He goes, that wasn't us. We thought that was you guys coming through to get us. Yeah. But it was kind of like running like beside us the whole way out. So I don't know. I don't know if that was the elemental they were talking about, or it could have been a deer. Or
you could see through the woods, the little bit of woods.
Yeah.
To the other side. So.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
It said that's what it is.
Ew.
Okay. Yeah, they're mean little buggers. So, but it's funny that you mentioned about elementals, especially being outside in the woods. So to kind of talk about your experience you had with them, so you didn't see it, but you had that experience as if they were there. Like they were running up on you, trying to scare you, trying to play tricks on you. Jody, for the Battlefield Bash, actually it's upcoming on the next episode of Eerie Encounters with Steve Dills. We went squatching. I've never gone squatching in my entire life. But it was myself, my mom, Stacy Lee, her husband, Steve Dills, and Chris from Transcend Paranormal. Shout out to them. And Andy Andrews, we all went squatching about like 10 miles outside of Gettysburg. And you'll see it in the episode.
I was there.
I'm sorry.
John.
I'm sorry. Next time.
Wow.
But again,
what am I going to do with him?
I think it was the Allegheny State Forest is where we were in. I did not know anything. I told everybody, especially Andy, because Andy knew about this place before anybody else. I had said, I don't want to know anything about this place where we're going. Just drive. I will follow you. And when we get there, just don't tell me anything. Mm-hmm. All I knew is that there were potential Bigfoot sightings and so on. That's it.
Okay.
We're walking along the one path, and you'll see us all like, it sounds like there's something running along the path, not on the path, but literally paralleling the path in the woods, running past it. And as soon as we would stop, it would stop. We would continue walking, and it would continue on. And it got to the point where Stacy's also medium as well. And so she was picking up on a couple different things, but she was specifically talking about elemental energy. And I'm like, okay. Now, for me, doing what I do, picking up elemental energies, they're higher. They're on a higher frequency than medium, not medium, brain work today. Today's been a day. Just remember. Give me a break. Elemental energy is higher, just like archangel energy, which they're a little higher than that. The elemental energy is very old, but it also feels higher. It's the only way I can explain it. And I wasn't focused on that because I was trying to use my other senses, not as a medium, to see what else was going on. And I kept seeing these lights. There's this blue light and there was this red light, and now there was zero light pollution going on. There was nobody around, nothing, no roads, nothing. I kept seeing this and this and this. And I asked Stacy, I said, are you seeing these? And she's like, oh yeah, those are Fae. That's the Fae. And I'm like,
oh,
that was my first time seeing the Fae.
Okay.
Are you guys familiar with the Fae at all?
Yes. Yes.
Does it make sense now, potentially, of what's going on? They're tricksters, just like gnome energy. They are tricksters, so they'll mess with you. It doesn't matter what your intention is. But Fae is very, you have to be very careful with the Fae, because they're not nice little creatures. There you go. Ooh, that's the exact face.
Oh, no.
Is that him?
Yep, that's him.
It says they're endangered.
They should be. I'm sorry. Not really.
Oh, guys.
Not really.
Poor little guys.
Poor little guys that work their face off.
I mean, look at that face.
No.
That's not bad.
No, that looks like a big overgrown rat.
It looks pudgy. What's going on?
I'm with you, John. That ain't never gonna happen.
No.
Cute.
No, I'm good. Thanks, though.
Oh,
no, thank you.
We'll do that, Jody. We'll go hunting for that now. The fish.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll make sure I get them in a cage. And bring
it's a whole new world of fishing. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting when I looked it up, it said fish animal.
Yeah.
I thought I'd see a lot of fishing.
No way.
I just wanted to, mention that to try to see if that was similar to what you were seeing. Like, I don't know if you were seeing lights or anything similar to that, but now I'm not sure, obviously, if it is the Fae.
Amanda said you want a pet fisher.
No. No way.
Amanda, yeah, she says you want a pet one.
No, I'm good.
Melissa and I we'll find one, right, Melissa? We'll find one for her.
You can catch it.
It'll be on display at Boobies.
I don't do. What's that?
It'll be on display at Boobies.
Yeah, there you go.
And we'll bring them to the back.
Sam will love that. But
well, Jerry and Melissa, they need to come to the next bash. That's just the way it is.
We haven't been there in a couple years.
Did you guys hear the announcement, by the way, for the bash?
It's a new place.
Yep.
I saw it was a new place.
And you better, if you're going to go, get a room now because they're selling out quick. They only just made the announcement yesterday, and the rooms are going. I got my room today.
Wow.
How much was the room rate again, Jody?
$146 a day.
Okay. Because that's where I stayed. I stayed there for the bash this year because I couldn't get a room at the Wyndham.
Well, they have free breakfast. I like that. They don't have that at the Wyndham. Free breakfast. Woohoo!
There you go.
Hi, Rich. Yeah, I don't always have to drive down the road and get my breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and out there at the Eisenhower, so the Eisenhower and the Aspire Hotel are connected. So just kind of give everybody who isn't familiar, who's watching, just kind of perspective on it. Phenomenology was held there a couple times over the past couple years. And the two hotels are connected together. And if you stay there, I will say there really aren't many places to go amongst to get something to eat. So plan ahead if you don't get breakfast. Plan ahead.
Plan ahead. Well, at least in this one, they have a refrigerator. My room did not have a refrigerator in it. So.
Oh, at the Wyndham.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I wasn't a happy camper.
It's at the end of July next year, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
26th to the 28th.
Okay.
We're always doing something.
I know.
No, you're not. You're going to the bash.
We're going to the bash because we're going to be the bitches next year. I want a shirt.
Yes, you are. You need your shirt.
I need my shirt. It says, what
And
am I saying?
Jerry needs a pink one.
Yeah. The badass bitches.
That's
shirts.
right, the badass bitches shirt.
So, Judy, I'm really happy that you have John on here.
Yeah, John, we got a question for you.
I have a question for John.
Go for it.
Okay, so
tables have turned.
They have turned, yeah. And you can
That's
ask
what
me
makes
questions.
this fun. That we just
Well, I reached out to, you know what, I'm just going to say it.
Oh.
I reached out to Dave Giuliano.
Okay.
Because something's going on with me.
Okay.
And, I'm still waiting for them to get back to me. His team is going to call me and get some information, and Dave's going to talk to me about what's happening.
I like Jerry's facials.
He didn't want me to mention the name, but
okay.
I don't care.
Well, we try to stay on the good side.
Okay, yeah, that's a good way to do that, but not returning the calls. But anyway,
I agree, but anyway,
we'll move on. So my abilities have been getting a little stronger for the past couple years. I can hear them, or I can see them, but it's never at the same time. Never. Okay.
Doesn't that piss you off?
Yes, because when they talk to me, I'd rather see them and watch their mouths move, and then have them just surprise me, in my ear or behind me.
Right.
But okay, now I have not talked open about this either to anybody, so now I'm like airing my dirty laundry out on your podcast. But
go for it.
Welcome to the world of metaphysics.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Well, explain this to me, because my mom passed at the end of March.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. She battled cancer for 3 years. And, we got my sister from Florida, we got these bracelets. I'm kind of wearing it now, but you really can't see it. It's black. But it has these silver beads on it, and it says, "Until we meet again," in Morse code. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, it was pretty. So we got it. And so I'm going to back up about 6 months. I'm sitting at work on my lunch break, and I'm sitting in my car, and I heard a man's voice while I was sitting in the car. The man's
Can I pause you right there?
Okay.
Now, I will be honest, I have not prepared to do any sort of reading anything. Did your father pass away a long time ago?
7 years ago.
Okay. I will say this, as far as now, did him and your mom not really see eye to eye a lot in life? Do they always bicker? Like, I want to say, like, they were living separate lives in the same area, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Not to go into this whole spiel, he did greet her when she did cross over.
You okay?
Sorry.
Ron, get tissues.
No,
usually it's Jody that gets the reading.
Yeah, he usually throws it at me. Yeah, I know.
It always happens. But no, what he showed me, now, was he very big on like a working with his hands type of person? He was always like tinkering with something, always doing something, always building something, always like doing whatever. And I will tell you what, half the time, none of the projects ever had a conclusion to it. I feel like there was stuff kind of all over the place, if that makes sense. Okay, just to verify, because it's a very
like my husband.
Oh gosh, I hope my sisters are watching because they said they were going to. So this is amazing. Go ahead.
Lucky it's recorded. So I will say this. I feel like, I don't know if he was a like a vehicle mechanic or if he just works on engines a lot. But that's just one way of how he's doing that, because it's actually making me smell like oil. Like, so I don't know if that correlates at all. I'm not entirely sure, but that's kind of what he's showing. That's my sign to know. But he did.
He was a buyer in scrap metal. So
okay. So that, okay.
Mm-hmm.
he did greet your mom when she passed. And he also, what he did for her. Now, do you get like mourning doves a lot, or do you like? He's showing the actual dove, which is not like, to me, doves. When people, I'm very blunt and honest when it comes to doing this stuff. There are a lot of stereotypical cliche signs, symbols, and omens that people use to do readings, like cardinals and doves and whatever. It's very rare that they show me doves, but he literally had a dove and it flew out of his hand, which to me is showing that he is basically one trying to help transition her over. So that's kind of my sign to know that he's helped her along that path. Was he who you heard in the car?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't know. But my daughter mentioned, yes, my dad had a motorcycle.
Okay.
So, and as far as doves, my dad was also an avid outdoorsman, and they would go dove hunting a lot.
Okay. So I think in addition to that, it's a double meaning of, just another, validation to know that it is him. But I just wanted to mention that before you kept going, because if not, he was going to pester me. I feel like when he wanted something said and he wanted something done, if you didn't do it for him right then and there, he was very abrasive. So anyway, continue. I am so sorry for interrupting, but please continue.
No. The voice, now I'm serious when I tell you this stuff. I don't make a habit of going around, lying and making stuff up. And when I finally open up and tell somebody, that voice came from my stomach. Like, it wasn't in my ear. It came out of my body, and it freaked me out. Like, wow. That totally freaked me out. But I didn't think nothing of it. Months went by, then my mom passed. And then back to the Morse code, about 2.5 weeks ago, I woke up around...
Yeah.
I woke up and I looked at the clock and it said 1:43 in the morning. My mom passed at 1:40 in the morning, and the nurse woke me and told me that she just pronounced my mom 3 minutes ago. And when I woke up, and now I'm legitly awake, okay? I'm awake. My mouth was reciting Morse code.
Okay.
And the Morse code that I got matches the bracelet.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, because I looked at the dots on here and I said to him, my mouth, I actually said it. Like, I could hear my voice doing the Morse code tap, tap. And I up out of my bed and ran into the bathroom. I was like, what the hell just happened to me? What is that? What is that, John?
So what I will say is, you said your mom passed in March, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of people who don't necessarily know how the process is, especially on the other side when it comes to our loved ones or spirits that pass over, on the other side, there is no essence of time. So for what can be literally 2 seconds for us can be 2 years for over on that side, or vice versa. What 2 years over here can literally be 2 seconds for them over there.
Okay.
What I have found is, on average, the first visitation, or when they start to come around, is usually about 3 months after their physical departure date from this world. So March, April, May, June, and then July. So right around in that area. Now, I am assuming she was religious as a person, but I feel like she really did not believe in the afterlife. And usually with those type of individuals, they have a little bit of a harder time trying to communicate And so to me, it would make sense if you were having some sort of visitation, your guides or whomever that is working with you on your table, which is a whole other topic, but your spiritual table, the ones who are helping you along on your spiritual journey, will kind of make synchronicities happen, which I will tell you, synchronicities and coincidences are they're not real. Everything happens for a reason. And what I am assuming is that is her way of doing some type of visitation for you. And if you are also adapting your own abilities to experiencing more, your guides could be also working hand in hand with her to help you better understand the message. So the Morse code would be the connection from you and your sisters to understand that this could potentially be her. But for you personally, happening at that specific time of night, that was for you because you were there at the time of her departure. Yes. And so that's kind of the secondary, the second step of a verification. We're doing a verification code for, electronics, but, it's a second step that you'll experience with that. That's what
does your Morse code say? What is
until we meet again.
Okay.
So that's what I would think it would be.
Right. I didn't understand it. Like my own voice is doing this, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I said to my husband, and I apologize to my daughter if she's still watching, but I'm like, is my mom inside me and doesn't want to cross over? Like, does she take house in me? She's got to go. Like, she's expected to be somewhere.
Earthbound energies or spirit energies cannot be inside of another human being. The only type of energies that can potentially, in a way, quote unquote, possess are darker energies, more malicious energies.
Well, that's good.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know anything. I was scared to death.
Now, what I will say is, if you felt as though it was, coming from within or anything like that, you have to understand there are 4 main clairs on how one will experience their information from whatever elemental, psychic, fashion it is, spiritual fashion, for example. You'll have seeing, hearing, feeling, and knowing. So clairvoyance is seeing, sentience is feeling, clairaudience is hearing, claircognizance is just a knowing. So when you are feeling that, it is your clairsentient ability in order to understand it. That's what they're going to give it to you. That's how they're going to make you feel things. And when you investigate a lot, you'll also become more aware of those energies as you move forward, and you'll become more familiar with them. Like, I'm sure we all, from doing this for so long, and I know those who are watching as well, can understand that when a spirit is in the room, you just have that feeling. You can feel it, that there is something else that's in that room. Whether it's you feel like you're being watched, you feel that tingling, almost like a spider webby sort of feeling, either on your face or on your arms, or just whatever. Each person can experience that. But that's what I think it could potentially have been for you.
Okay.
Did that help?
That's just 2 things. I didn't even know John was going to be on here tonight until earlier when I noticed.
It was a surprise.
Hi, John. I heard so much about you. I just never met you yet.
Hello.
There's a question in here from Stacy. She was at Boobies a few months ago and had a shadow figure that was following her around the courtyard. Has this been reported before?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, you knew the story because I always miss it though. I'm always missing.
This is the part where I don't want to hear it because I've never been to Boobies, and I'm just like, I don't want to cloud my information, so just clap and let me know. I'm gonna plug my ears. So Jody, clap when they're done.
Go ahead.
We're good.
We're good.
You didn't say anything. It has happened before?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Various family members.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to go
You don't
there,
want to say
John.
too
It's
much
awesome.
because John hasn't been there.
Yes, you need to come,
Well,
please.
yeah, you need to
No,
go.
I would love to. I have been wanting to come down there. Chad actually has been trying to get me to go down there for a long time, and it's just figuring out scheduling. As of right now, surprisingly, this is the first year where I don't really have much of anything booked for October. So
Ooh.
I know it's
Oh,
weird.
Canada in the house. They got Wes over there. Yo,
Hi, Wes.
Canada.
Hi, Wes.
I love Wes. How you doing, Wes?
He gave me some really cool tips on investigating West Virginia Penitentiary coming up, so I'm excited to try them out.
Oh, you're going there?
Yes, ma'am.
See,
I was there
Jody
last year.
again. You see
He
this,
didn't.
Jody?
He didn't invite me.
No.
It's their Paracon. It's September 9th. I think they still have tables if you're able to come. Their spaces are really cheap. It's like $50 for the weekend.
Oh, that is cheap.
No,
that is, yeah.
For that day, the 9th. It's just that day, $50.
Yeah, I've investigated there. It's a really great place.
Yeah, John, you can come anytime we have 2 events in October, the 7th and the 21st. So just come as our guest. Yep. Come check it out.
I am writing that down. I will look at my schedule and let you know.
Is it an open investigation?
It's a public.
Public?
Yeah.
It's public.
Public.
Cindy wants John
we're starting to fill up for October already. So
I can see why.
Yeah.
Cindy wants John to ask her or to tell her what's going on with her right hip.
See, that's more Reiki. So I don't know. Okay, so what they're showing me is like jagged edges. I don't want to say it's something like a bone spur, but like I don't know if there's something like rubbing up against like bone on bone, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's like it's not arthritis, but just something like that. That's kind of what I'm getting.
That for her.
But it's like if I'm trying to walk, like if I lean over towards the left a little more, it's less kind of like when you limp and you have a bad knee. You lean to the one side more so than the other, but then you'll start to feel it, a little deeper. I don't know if that's the case, but see if it is bone on bone. That's just one thing that I'm getting. It feels like it's sharp, but it's not necessarily sharp. It's like it's a weird pain to experience.
Wes says no cartilage. That could be too.
Yeah.
So but definitely get it checked out. Definitely go and see your doctor for it.
And Jerry has it's probably for all he is. He's a sensitive. He wakes up between the hours of 2 and 3 in the morning. What does this mean? If it has a meaning. I know 3 o'clock is the witching hour, right? That's what they call it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times, I've noticed with me lately, I have been waking up around 4 a.m. like this week almost every single morning. Do I know exactly why? No. So what my suggestion would be,
yes,
is when you do, ask yourself, what am I feeling right now, physically, mentally? Although you're just waking up and you're feeling like you don't want to crawl out of bed. I know that's the most important one.
Yes.
Ask yourself, what are you feeling at that direct moment? Feel out to the room. What does it feel like in the room? Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it like, do you feel like somebody else is there in the room? If you have a significant other in the bed next to you? There are a lot of different variables that come into it, but a lot of times also outside energy will affect our psyche to determine what's going to happen, and it happens 24/7, even when we're sleeping.
And he's a sensitive too, so that could be a problem too.
So what I am also going to suggest for you is, I'm not big into crystals, as there are a whole bunch of crystals up there. I've worked with all of, and camera backwards. I've worked with all of these, and I only ever suggest ones that I have used. Black tourmaline, I will suggest for anybody who feels as though they're having things coming at them, or things that are just kind of happening to them all the time. Black tourmaline is almost like a mirror. It reflects that energy back to its source. So it should help kind of remove that there. If it's really, really, really powerful and the black tourmaline is not working, put white quartz with it. It's an amplifier, so it should help with that. And I would strongly encourage, now, of course, talk with your doctor. I have personally been taking over-the-counter vitamin of magnesium. Magnesium is also a muscle relaxer as well. That's actually what is in Epsom salt. So Epsom salt baths.
You're right,
I would suggest for you to take that as well. But of course, talk with your doctor first before, doing that, if that's something that you choose to do.
Wes says crystals react differently to different people. So that's true too.
Absolutely.
This is for all of you.
My go-to is a red jasper.
Ooh, yes, it's good for grounding. Yep.
I never knew that, but when I had an accident a couple years ago, I rubbed the hell out of that thing and just made me feel better. Yep. I don't know.
That's
good. Did have a piece of it.
Amanda has a question. You guys can all answer this one. She sees red cardinals. Is it her mom coming around? And she's never asked anybody about her. I have a cardinal that comes here every single day, and I always say it's my son, John. And I always wave to him and say, "Hi, John, how you doing?" Because he'll come. I have like doors, like glass doors, and he comes and goes right to the bottom and then pecks on it, looks around, and then flies away. It's like every day. So I know it's him. But what do you guys think? That just makes me feel better when I think that way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. So from my perspective, I always like to make people think. So follow me here. A lot of people will associate. I know. A lot of people do associate cardinals with significant individuals who have passed on. It's one of the most common signs, symbols, and omens that people will look for when it comes to experiencing that sort of energy. Mm-hmm. What I always suggest everybody is, if you are wanting to see a certain symbol or a sign from a loved one in specific, like let's say I wanted to see my aunt, I wanted to hear from my aunt, I will ask her, okay, if this is you, can you please show me, just because I have it right here, here's a little fox, okay? Oh. This is part of my little side project, but nonetheless, I have a fox here. Okay, I'm going to ask you, can you please show me a live fox with a whatever sort of marking, okay? Be very specific with it. Now, it will not happen right then and there. It will not happen immediately. But if you say, okay, Aunt Vicky, which is my aunt, can you please show me a fox? Watch it actually happen. And if it happens, I'll have to let you know. But can you please show me this fox with a...
I think she should show you a fisher.
No. But no, ask for a specific symbol. Ask for a specific sign. What can happen now, I will say again, it can happen within 2 hours of you asking that. It can happen within 2 weeks of you asking that. Whatever the symbol is, whoever it is you're asking it from, the moment you see that symbol, your brain is going to immediately click, and you're going to hear their name. You're going to hear their name. You're going to see them. You're going to have some sort of experience about them. And it can be in the middle of you doing your work day. It could be in the middle of doing whatever it might be. But you see that, you're immediately going to think of them. That's your answer from them. So
what do you think, Melissa and Jerry?
I believe that it has to be specific as well. It's kind of like we were explained to from Tim over the weekend. You know, if you're waiting for the answer and you keep repeating yourself, like if I want a spirit to turn off a flashlight, and I'm like, you got to turn the flashlight off. You got to turn the flashlight off, and we wait 5 or 6 minutes, and then it finally shuts off. That's a false positive, because we're waiting for it. We just keep repeating ourselves until it happens and makes us feel good. Right.
Time frame.
But something that happens to me, if it happens, you have to be specific. And like John said, it can happen anywhere, anytime. You could be driving in your car. You could be in the middle of your sleep and wake up because you saw it in your dream, or
you're in a grocery store and you're like, oh crap.
Right. It could be anything, so I believe that
all the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have this thing here on my desk. Let me show you. It's like a little.
Can you see that?
Can you see it?
It's a bird. Yeah.
It's a crane.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so we went to Cortland, New York 2 years ago. And before
1890s house.
Yeah, the 1890 museum. If you've never been there, you got to get there. That place is like amazing.
That sounds cool.
The antique furniture and the carvings on it is just amazing.
I got lost.
But we always lose Jerry. You know that, Jody.
Yes.
So I didn't do any of the research for the house because I'm one that I don't want to know. I want to be able to tell them what I see and hear, and maybe get validation for not only for myself. I want to know if my abilities are actually true abilities, or I'm always questioning myself.
Understandable. Yep.
She's really good though.
I know a lot of people that don't want to know, and they'll walk away. They don't want to hear any of that.
Yeah, I don't. I just recently stopped researching. So, Jerry, I came home one day and I said, I keep getting this image of a fishing line, like a long fishing line, like a real thin piece of string. He's snickering, and I'm like, okay. He didn't say nothing. So we get up there, and I said to him, I'm picking up on like Fester. Like Uncle Fester from the Addams Family. Why would I be thinking of that in the middle of Cortland, New York? And and then I said to him about he was very much in control. The man was, and that he had either it wasn't a brother, but it was a relative of some sort that was in this business or whatever with him. And turns out the man's name was Lester, not Fester. And I kept saying to him the whole time we're in New York, I keep seeing this bird, this crane, and it's looking upward. Mm-hmm. It just keeps looking up, and I don't know what that symbolizes. So when we actually went into the house, we rounded the corner from the dining room, and in the Zen room, they had 2 of these metal cranes looking upward.
That was really cool.
So I saw that before we even got there, so that was pretty amazing.
That's awesome.
It was.
Really cool.
Go ahead.
And the wire, the fishing lines he saw, their name was Wick Wire. They made wire meshing like on screens.
That is really cool.
It's kind of like this. It's like a mesh.
Oh,
well, we got this there actually. Yeah.
So it's Wick Wire.
Mm-hmm.
And she was picking up
that's
wire.
Really cool.
Yeah.
That was kind of her coming out.
That was my coming out party.
Where she just now, we went to St. Albans. She started drawing pictures, getting names.
St. Albans is great. I love that place.
So I like it. It's cool to me, but
it was pretty cool.
I said it's similar to a song that you hear on the radio, and it reminds you of somebody that passed away.
Yes.
If you're thinking of that, happens to me all the time. I could be thinking of somebody in the family or somebody, and then the song comes on. It's like, it happens all the time.
It's different.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you had him on tonight because that helped me actually.
It was meant to be, right?
Everything happens for a reason.
Exactly.
Thank you, John, and thank you, Jody, for having us on.
Yes.
Yes. So what do you guys have coming up? You have some good. I see all these ads and all these really cool things you're advertising.
Well, we had Daryl Marston at Booby's Brewery back in January. And we sold out for his event there. And we put on, I'm not patting myself on the back by no means, but we always throw one hell of an event when we have special guests. And we
like you, John.
Yeah.
Of course, you too, Jody.
I'm looking at my schedule.
Jody's not wearing her booby shirt.
I know. I'm upset.
I didn't even think of that.
Second time.
Yeah, she gave me a booby shirt.
Yeah, that's okay. So, but anyway, Daryl.
I'm sorry. If my husband wasn't sleeping, I'd go in and get it.
It's okay. We'll do this again, and you
Dedication.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to put it on the counter so I know where it is.
So if you're not doing anything Labor Day weekend, Daryl asked us to run his event for him at the Red Mill in Clinton, New Jersey, the Red Mill Museum. And it's $70 a person. It is from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. It's a 9-hour event. We have Lourdes and Ron on there with us, and Chris Mendes. They're also going to be there with my entire Jotniks team, like all four squads.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and my sister.
And a nice fire.
Yes, we're going to have a campfire, tell spooky stories. And my sister is actually going to be cooking for the event and offering food and beverage to the guests. Not like outrageous prices, but Daryl loves her cooking, so he pushed for her to be there. And
Kirsten can't wait, she said.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a little it's gonna be a long day.
Yeah,
it sounds like fun.
Yeah. And for $70 for 9 hours, and you get to meet Daryl, investigate with him, and
he is awesome.
Speakers and things, it's a nice little night. So
he's a good investigator. I've investigated with him. He's really good.
Yeah, we're almost sold out for that. So he wanted 80 tickets, but that's not going to happen.
No, it's just not happening.
No,
not with your whole team.
No, I'm capping it at 30 people, and we have 25 tickets sold now. So,
well, there you go.
We're just about sold out.
Yeah, I mean, this year with paranormal kind of dipped, and I see that everywhere. Where numbers are kind of,
I think COVID did that. I think COVID hurt a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Really, with the Haldeman, we did great with COVID. Surprisingly, we were sold out. But this year it's just not happening.
Really?
What at Haldeman Mansion?
Yeah, we did.
I've always wanted to go back there.
Do they still investigate there?
No, we were just up there.
What's that?
Up at the Haldeman, and we saw Joe, and I'm like, dude, what would it take for me and my team to get back in here one more time? And he's like, Melissa, it's not going to happen.
No.
Why are they doing that?
The foyer, and they don't want anybody messing that up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's a great place. It was just starting to hop when he closed this down.
Yeah.
That's a great location.
That place is no joke.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very active location. I was there several times for overnights and loved every minute of it.
I'll reach out again, not to take up more time, but
no, that's all right.
I don't know the actual story, what's going on with it. I was there in I think 2014, so I was just a 14-year-old wee lad.
Okay.
So
he's just a baby.
I'm just a baby. I don't know what's going on. Did it change ownership or something?
What's that?
The what?
Did it change ownership or something?
No, the Historical Society still has it.
Yeah, they just want to do weddings.
That's
they want to focus more on weddings and the historical, and they put in a patio. And
I think Joe said he had about 3 weddings all year.
They were making money with the paranormal, man.
Yeah.
It sounds like Eastern State.
9,000 a year.
Yeah.
See, I do event promotion for my job, my main job.
Uh-huh.
Doing that, unless they really were not supportive of the paranormal aspect of it, that killed sales.
Oh.
Yeah, well, look at Eastern State. That place, all the money that paranormal made for them.
Right.
And now they stop investigating. I'm so glad I got in when I did.
You know what the coolest thing is? When we have our Publix and our guests come up to us at the end and go, thank us.
Yeah.
That means a lot to us, It's just like when really no activity was happening, we feel bad.
Yeah.
You know, they pay money to get something, but it's paranormal. But
well, that's how it was with Waverly Hills.
Right.
You know, for them to come up and thank us, that just means
a lot.
We're doing something right. You know.
Yeah.
Because we teach them. You know, we're advertised as teaching people how to do it correctly. You know, it's not what you see on TV. You're not screaming and running from demons every single time, you know.
Oh, yeah. No. It's not a dude run.
I know.
I'm shocked. I should have known that.
John likes to run away. John, woo, woo. Yeah. Don't you, John?
No. Actually, that's a whole other different story. No, we're good.
Do you run towards them like I do?
I want to bring the teen campers to the boobies, but you said it wouldn't work.
Let me talk to Sam, because your hours are what, 8 to 3 or something?
Yeah, but we're gonna go back to doing it's a monthly thing.
Okay.
It's called Teen Club.
Okay.
And we bring kids so that they can learn about the paranormal and hopefully come to camp in June. You know, like we try to get them interested in it and show them really great locations with good history and teach them as they go. And we don't charge them for that. It's just a monthly thing. So COVID stopped us from doing that. We were doing that for like a good 7-8 months. And then with COVID, we had to stop, you know, so.
Right.
But we want to get back into doing that again. And I wanted to try to get into boobies with the kids just for the day, you know. Could be up to you what the hours.
Don't start till 5 o'clock, so that's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to stay real long, you know.
Yeah.
Work around their schedule.
Okay.
And then you can come, John.
Go ahead. John. You know, Jody, I don't know how I was saying about the guests thanking us. You wouldn't believe how many guests say, "All right, so where's your setup equipment? Where are they just going to go off and?"
Yeah.
You know, like we're baking it, and it's like. We do 3 areas of well, you know how we set it up. Our equipment's in the box. They grab that first team goes to the bar with that piece, all those equipment. Catacombs. I said, we have nothing set up.
Yeah.
We don't bake anything. And if it's a crappy night, it's a crappy night.
Yeah.
That's
you
how you
can't,
integrity.
They don't come out and do cartwheels for you, you know, just because you're there to investigate.
Honest in this field, you know, that's the key. You know?
We had one guy. One guy made a really good point. He said, "I know that you have somebody out in the woods talking into your speakers and all." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, that's really? What we do." Yeah, they think that we have this guy that we hire to just hide in the woods and talk through our spirit box.
See, nope.
There's always that person, right? Always.
Yeah. We had a guest one night. She says, "Who's the medium here?" I'm looking around. I'm like, I said, "Well,
I don't know where you are."
I said, I don't know what I am. I don't know if I'm going from one to another. I don't know.
John, maybe you can help her with the term for her.
And in between her. And she said,
"Yeah, you could be a tweener."
I'm a tweener. There we go. She says, "Just answer me something." She goes, "My mom passed away, and I just want to know if she's doing okay." And I was like, "Okay, first of all, I'm not that far advanced." That's what I thought to myself. But then all of a sudden, I saw this picture of this little lady. She was like probably 5 foot tall. She had gray hair, very pristine, kept herself nice, you know. And she had a little dog. And I said, "Did your mom have a dog?" And she started crying. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And she goes, "No." She goes, "I always wanted a dog, but my mom always wanted a dog, but I'm allergic. So she could never have one." I said, "Well, she has one now." And that just made her so happy, you know, because and I said, "Is your mom?" I said, "She has a dog. And she's short, very up, up. She keeps herself up. What's that word I'm looking for?"
Dressed nicely.
Yeah, she dresses nicely. And she goes, "Yeah, that was my mom. That's my mom." And she started to cry. I said, "Well, that's what I saw." But then that quick, it went away. Like it didn't stick around. So
that's how it works.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of times with different readings, for me specifically, that's why I was so like, okay, with your father, is that connection only usually at most lasts anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes. If it's a strong connection. So no, it's very quick. And honestly, reach out to Chad and talk to him about his opinion on the class that he took of mine. And see if that's something that would be really beneficial for you. It's an introduction to learning your psychic gifts to better understand, okay, we're getting these messages, but now it's time to understand what we're experiencing, why we're experiencing it, and how we can kind of begin to shift and adapt to using that information. So reach out to him and see if he thinks it'd be a good thing for you.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, I know he mentioned it, that he took your class, so.
Yeah.
Chad.
Oh, yeah, he's still on the team, Chad. I always carry one. He's a nice guy. I always say he's fired. It's just my little joke.
No, he is such a nice person, and it's always nice to see him come to different events. Like I saw him at Penhurst, saw him at the Bash, and he's always a big support for me, and I really appreciate it. So if you're still watching, Chad, thank you very much.
There you go.
So
and Wes says he'll work with you anytime.
There he is.
There he is.
Yep, there he is.
And Wes said he'll work with you anytime, John.
Started getting his ability, and he started questioning things. I just told him it has to come to you. Like it has to. I can't teach you that. You have to receive it your way.
He had a coming out party. I forget where it was at.
And then he had a coming out party, so that was pretty cool too. So.
I'll probably tell you.
Yeah, when people hear a coming out party, it doesn't, they don't understand.
I know. I know.
I have ability of getting lost. That's what I do.
So he's the wanderer, right? We should just sing the song for him.
Yes,
the wanderer. Yeah, the one. Yeah, you get lost. Yep. I know. When I investigated with you were off and gone.
In the kitchen.
Yeah. Looking for food. That's what he was doing.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
No, just let us know about bringing the kids there, and we could set something up.
I'll write myself a note right now.
She's writing a note.
Because if I don't, I will forget.
Oh, I forget everything. I have to write everything down, just like Fisher. I wrote Fisher down.
We were at Wildwood Sanatorium.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys were there or not.
No.
Okay.
I wasn't.
Anyways, I won't say too much, but I'm sitting in this hall. I'm looking into a room, and it's really weird. It looked like a football, okay, but it would look like a spider web, and then all of a sudden it just dissipated, went in a blink of my eye. It was gone. It was the weirdest thing I ever saw. I was like, Miss, I think I just saw something. But the paralight didn't blink up at all, but I knew what I saw with my eyes. It was probably about 6 foot. It was up in the air,
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it's a dead wall there. There's a wall there. There's no band in that room,
No.
Nothing foreign. It was just like a football, and it just broke apart.
Hi, Taryn.
Yeah, weird. I don't know. We didn't capture anything on our camera either, or on video.
No, not the angle.
So you don't know what it was?
No.
No? What do you think it was, John?
I honestly am not sure.
But you're the only one who saw it, Jerry?
Blowing apart. It was really weird, and then that was the end of it.
You saw it? You're the only one that saw it, Jerry?
Hi, Taryn.
Did you see it, Melissa, too?
No, I didn't. I was in another room, but I had my camera, the video camera, going into that room where he saw it, and our video is hard to see.
Yeah. I mean, I just looked and I'm like, wow, that was pretty cool. What is that, though?
That's awesome, though. If we could figure out what it was.
It's like that Halloween netting, the black Halloween netting.
Okay.
I
understand what you're saying, but I just can't figure out what it could be.
I just never saw something formed like a football type of thing, and it wasn't a whole football. It was just a rounded point, and then I blinked my eyes and it was gone.
We're all good, Taryn. I'd love to see your face too.
Aaron, hi.
I see some. I don't hear very well, but I see weird things.
Yeah.
I can never explain to her what I see. I know there's something there. I just don't see it the way she does. I see it like when the TVs used to turn off in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. in the morning.
I remember that.
That's how I see spirits, but real thin. Like I don't see them formed. I see little spots of them. I knew.
What's your
something
favorite
there.
place that you've been at? What's the favorite besides boobies?
Mine's Trans-Allegheny in West Virginia.
Love Trans-Allegheny. I was there 3 times.
Favorite place.
Never been. I want to go.
You didn't go there yet, John? Oh, John, we got to get your
That's my
bucket
all-time
list.
place. I want to go.
We need to fill your bucket list, John.
Field trip.
We do. We really do.
What's that?
That's a 6-hour trip for me.
Oh, that's a long trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's worth it. That place is hopping.
No joke. That place is no joke.
Yeah, that's a long trip.
That's where I got the picture of my first full-bodied apparition.
Wow.
Was at Trans-Allegheny down one of the hallways. And the other
Yeah.
one was at Eastern State.
Yeah. And what?
Oh, you
Well,
went
the other
there.
one?
Yes, Taryn, Gettysburg is one of my favorites. Anywhere in
I
Gettysburg.
knew she was gonna chime in with Gettysburg.
Oh yeah. Yes, we all love Gettysburg. You can go there any time of day or night and get anything.
You know,
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
another good place. I love the Grand
The Grand Midway.
Hotel in Wimber, PA.
Yeah.
We have some weird stuff going on in that one room.
That is like Booby's Brewery Bohemian meets
bigger.
Like it's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never saw that place.
I don't know if I've ever been there.
No, I don't think I was. Jerry says he senses, but he doesn't hear. And that's a lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Like I said, I either hear or see. I can see them talking to me, and I'm like, I look at them, I'm like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You know it. Or I can hear them, and I'm like, don't sneak up on me like that. You know, don't.
You want to know what I would ask? What I would suggest for you? Anybody who sees but doesn't necessarily hear, feel, or just get knowings on a subject or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them to communicate through physical objects, situations, and scenarios.
Okay.
Almost like you're playing charades. Like, for example, like how we were talking about the fox thing earlier, just because I have it right here. To me, foxes can mean adventurous. Foxes can mean exploring. So if you're saying, like, okay, you're communicating and you know something is there, you say, okay, hey, what is something that you like miss doing? What was one of your favorite things that you love to do? And then if they show you that you know your agreement with that object or that thing will tell you what that answer is. So try that out and see.
There you go.
I'll try that.
Taryn says Hinsdale House, and you guys were just there.
We were there last Friday night, and then we went to the Wildwood on Saturday. But you know what? This is the second year now, and Daniel, if you're watching, dude, we don't get anything at the Hinsdale House.
Nope.
Nothing. Like, great place, but nothing. Zero.
Wildwood is awesome.
Crawled up in little Michael's bed and fell asleep for the night, and I mean, we had things happening, but not like wow moments, you know.
I feel like that I've never been there. I have remote viewed it once. I do feel like, and I haven't had anyone else validate this for me, so I have no clue. I feel like there was a young girl that drowned. I don't know if there's like a body of water that's near.
I think there is.
I feel like, okay. But I feel like it's also kind of fast paced. Anyway, that's besides the point. I feel like a lot of that area, a lot of the energy and a lot of what happens at that home is actually outside. It can come into the home, and there are residual things I feel like can happen. but I feel like a lot of what happens outside is really what you'll experience the most while
And
there.
it's funny
I
you
know.
say that.
I think Taryn was. I don't know if she's still watching. I think Taryn
Yeah,
was
she's
there
watching.
too.
She says
So,
yes, John.
like, is it like that as far as the activity? Is it more so outside than it is inside? I've never been
I
there, so
heard
I'm
that there's
not
more
sure.
outside.
Okay.
You had a
Yeah,
bear
we had-
chase you, Taryn? Oh my gosh.
Oh no. We had some of the video. We haven't reviewed hardly any of the video or any of the evidence yet, but some of
Yeah,
the
you
videos
just went. didn't you?
it's we have a lot to watch, and we have binoculars that are night vision, and they also record. Something moved our binocular and then dimmed it real low and then brightened it back up again.
Yeah,
So I'm
that
not.
was the outside,
This is the outside, and yes, John, there is a pond out there,
and it was
Okay.
and it was toward the pond, and that's another place that has like elementals.
I was just about to ask. Is that I keep hearing native, so I don't know if
Yes.
that's also very, prevalent up there. Which Native American energies can also anything that's like that ancestral sort of energy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of it. It's like pulsating.
Yep.
It's like you take a dimmer switch and just go up and down. It's pulsating. That's what
We get
happens.
that up here.
If happening to your binoculars, that wouldn't surprise me.
We have a place called Sculp's Hill, and it's where Muhammad Ali's camp is located in Deer Lake. And boy, the energy there is a lot of Native American because there was wars that went on. And if you're listening to your audio, it's a lot of Indian voices that you don't understand. And I try to find somebody that can translate for me,
Yeah.
The kids had a place they went, and all they got on the REM pod was Morse code.
Wow.
And we're like, we need to teach find somebody that can translate the Morse code, because they were telling us something through the REM pod, but it was Morse code.
That's pretty cool too.
Yeah, and I don't know anybody who knows Morse code, so I don't know how to translate it.
No,
I have it on audio.
Just your bracelet.
Yeah, just my bracelet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it there. It's so peaceful, but I'm waiting for that wow moment, you know, and this was the second time we were there and we didn't get it. And I was like, oh.
I mean, like us at Booby Bird, they live there. Them spirits are there for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Taryn said there's graves of unknown origin there too.
Yeah, they just uncovered actually. There was two different sites of unmarked graves that Daniel just showed us.
Yeah, that's where we had the binoculars on and framing of a house or a shed or something. So we had a picture on that. So.
Well, Amanda said that happened to her at White Hill. Well, we're going there on the 26th, so I'm going to see if they'll talk to me in Morse code there.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. You guys do you guys take offerings for the natives?
Yes, we did.
We did. I actually made, I took a grapevine wreath and made kind of like I put ribbon on it and like bells. Chimes and stuff and bells. And then we hung it on the offering tree up there.
We went big.
We did. We went big this year, Jerry.
You can put it on your head. That's how round it was.
Absolutely.
You guys have anything else good coming up, or any other things that you could tell anybody?
We have the Aug17 Festival coming up. That's the local Little Bigfoot Festival here in Columbia, Pennsylvania. They have it every year. Rick Fisher has it. Eric Altman comes representing the Bigfoot Society. Yeah, it's a cute little day.
Public this weekend?
We have a public this weekend, and then we have Daryl's event in September.
5th?
2nd.
2nd. I was close. She
so many dates. My head's like, and basically 2 events then the rest of the year at Booby's Brewery. We also are in that parade again in Columbia. We won our division twice. So we have to go defend our title.
It's always the same people.
I know. it's good to know people.
And you're going to the bash in July, right?
That's next year.
I know.
2024.
But I've got to keep reminding you.
Yes,
you're going to the bash.
Yes, because I know Pam would love for me to come up there. I haven't seen her in about a year and a half, so.
I know. I love my Pammy and my Stevie.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in a long time.
We're really busy. Our business, our booking agent books us a lot.
That's the booking agent? Okay, got her.
Yeah.
Taryn said the state police showed up. And they said they got a 911 call from a girl that gave the address of 3 Bear Road. When they put the GPS, it brought them to the Hinsdale house. Wow.
Oh. Interesting.
That's really creepy, isn't it?
Oh, that is
creepy.
Weird. Huh.
Well,
I don't know.
If you guys are able to, like I said, if you're able to come down to West Virginia Penn, I know that the investigation is sold out. I know that I will be on there. But you can, I think they still have booths. There are booths that are available. So I think it's like an 8x10 or an 8x6. I forget what type of booth it is. But if you guys are able to come down, get a table. I know they're always there. They also want to definitely have more paranormal teams.
Okay.
To the event. So reach out. We can try to at least.
I went there a few times with Jaffa. You know Jaffa.
Yeah.
When she was still living in Pennsylvania, and she would hold all the events here. She asked me to come along and help her. So that's how I got into there, and I'd help.
Oh, okay.
She had like a ton of people, so we'd break up in groups, and I'd take them. Most of the people never investigated a day in their life, so that was always fun.
Oh, absolutely. We like those people, though.
I do, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Use them as bait.
We went to Eastern State the one time, and you know the hallway that they saw, the dude run hallway?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the spirit box, actually, I said, okay, what happened in here with ghost hunters? What is the main thing that happened in here that ticked them off? It says, dude, run. I have it on video.
Oh, wow.
And these people are like, dude, run. I was like, don't you watch Ghost Hunters? We just got a Class A EVP here, buddy. You know,
right.
Like, you know.
That's pretty cool.
I was jumping around, you know. I was excited.
I would have been, yeah. That would have been pretty cool.
I like the skeptics we get, and then we kind of change their mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool to work with.
Yeah, I like to get confirmation. That's why I don't like to hear the history either. I like to get confirmation later when I'm investigating.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everybody has their own thing. Yes, I love Eastern State too, Amanda. It's just a shame that they don't let you investigate there anymore.
Oh, I know. Well, we got to find new places. That's all.
Yes, we do. And we will.
Yes.
Got to keep in touch. But I think our show is done for the night. Da-da-da.
Oh, yes. We are way over our time, aren't we? We just got
That's all right. That's fine. Who cares?
Have a good conversation. You can't limit good conversation.
It was a great show, and I really appreciate you guys all coming and joining me tonight. And everybody that was watching and writing in the chat room, that was awesome too. Next week we have Peter Coe, psychic medium. He's going to be joining me. I might need a co-host. What do you think?
I'll see if I'm free. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll see. But I want to say good night to everybody, and thank you so much, everybody, for watching.
Yes,
Jerry and Melissa, and let me know about boobies, okay? And John, thank you so much.
Yeah, she has it written down.
Right here on my Post-it note.
She got her note.
I do. Right here
if we go to boobies with the kids, John, you're going.
Let me know. Let me know ahead of time so I can at least make sure I.
Well, I will let you know ahead of time, not an hour ahead of time. You know.
I mean, an hour ahead of time is still an hour. It's still ahead.
I will tell you when it.
Hey, John, there's some pictures in Boothbury, just by the way. You gotta go look for them.
Yes, you will love boobies. You will.
He's not even commenting. You don't even want to touch that one.
No, not those kind of boobies.
No,
It has to
John.
be a PG-friendly show.
Yeah.
Well,
we talk the way we
does
want
allow
to.
alcohol, so we do have guests who are drinking at the bar and coming to our events. So
yes, it's fun.
Yeah.
Jody's face.
I'm like, why? No. Mm-mm. But I will say goodnight to everybody and thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank
This
you.
was
Bye,
fun.
Bye.
Thank you.